Maryland and the district hold their Republican presidential primaries tomorrow. 37 delegates are at stake in Maryland, 19 in D.C. Joining us now to handicap the races and talk about what's at stake for the winners and the losers is Abby Livingston. She is with Roll Call. Thank you very much for coming in and talking with us, Abby.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start off, though, talking about what's happening locally. Maryland has some congressional races coming up. In particular, we're talking about what's happening with Ben Cardin and Roscoe Bartlett.
Yes, well, Senator Cardin is expected to win his nomination fairly easily, and then he'll probably win the general. But Maryland is very lucky this year in politics. It has one of the wildest races, and it's my favorite race. It's the Maryland 6th, which is the panhandle of Maryland, and it goes into Montgomery County. And the incumbent is 85-year-old Roscoe Bartlett, and state politicians redrew the lines in the census, and he is very threatened, and he's a Republican, and he will have a very difficult re-election. And so tomorrow, there is a very heated Democratic primary, and it's between a state senator named Robert Garagiola and a businessman named John Delaney.
So it's going to be contentious, to say the least?
It has already gotten very contentious, and President Bill Clinton has endorsed John Delaney, and Governor O'Malley has endorsed Garagiola. So it has just gotten very heated, and the two campaigns have gone at it for several weeks now.
Now, because it's been redrawn, is it most likely that Roscoe Bartlett could lose this position and it could go Democratic?
I have rated it leans Democratic, which means that Representative Bartlett he will likely lose this race, but it's not impossible for him to win. It could be a very good Republican environment, or if something happens with a Democratic nominee where he implodes, then Bartlett will have a very good shot.
All right, let's talk about what's going on with the Republican nominees for president. Mitt Romney seems to be in control. Rick Santorum following in second place. The party seems to be, or some people in the party seem to be saying, all right, Rick, back out. Let Mitt Romney go ahead and take this thing so we can focus on the president. Your opinion, your take on what's happening with that?
Well, Governor Romney is expected to do very well in both D.C. and Maryland tomorrow. But the most of the attention tomorrow will be in Wisconsin, where there's a large group of working-class voters where Senator Santorum's done well. However, nobody really knows what's going on with Senator Santorum, and he has his home state's primary in a few weeks in Pennsylvania, so he may drop out, he may not.
Now, he seems to be saying he's going to keep going, even though more than likely, based on the delegate count right now, Mitt Romney more than likely is going to be the nominee. How do you think this is going to affect the party if this keeps going and Rick Santorum keeps pushing until the end?
I've been feeling in the last few weeks that the party is coming together and ready for Romney. Senator Santorum is a very passionate man. He's also a very smart politician, and so he's a young guy, and I'm sure he's starting to look at his future, and he's coming out of this race further ahead than when he started, and so I wouldn't be surprised if he starts thinking about maybe dropping out, but you can't get into someone's head.
Right. Also, one last question. If Mitt Romney is the nominee, potential running mates.
Oh, boy.
It's probably all over the place right now. I know he said he hadn't decided just yet.
And
because he doesn't have the nomination.
Exactly. They don't want to jinx anything, and they're going through these people's backgrounds. One very interesting one is a local one, Governor Bob McDonnell. Senator Rubio, Marco Rubio of Florida, his name is often mentioned. Governor Christie of New Jersey. Those are the ones that are probably most frequently mentioned, but there is a huge Republican field of eager, ambitious men and women.
And they're all ready to jump in and get a ride on second place if Mitt Romney gets the nomination. They can be vice president, possibly.
That is correct.
All right, Abby, thank you very much for coming in and talking with us. We appreciate it this morning.
Thank you.
All right, Sarah, back over to you.